Me into like a raving bitch.
As we go live. All righty. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Otter's Den, cool and groovy things with yours truly, Keith and Joni.
Lunar eclipse time.
Tonight, it's eclipse season. So that's what we're going to be hitting on a little bit here and there. I'm going to go ahead and share this thing out real quick. Joni, while I get to share, why don't you tell our viewers about your new project?
I will. The new project is called Dead Hit, and we will be premiering it November 28th on YouTube. It's under Dead Hit. Our first case is Lauren DeMolo. She went missing in June of this year from Cape Coral, Florida. She is still missing. We went through and did the forensic charts plus my clairvoyant clues. We combined them. We have maps for searchers. We want web sleuthers to help get out and search. And then in 2 weeks, we will have the family interviews. That's all of Lauren's brothers and sisters. Lauren's Aunt Sue. Unfortunately, Lauren's mother, Laura, just passed away. So they have not only had to deal with loss of Lauren, their mother has passed away.
Oh, no, that's too bad.
Yeah. So it's been a very rough time. So we will meet them. I'm excited. That's our first case.
I would be too. That's awesome.
And then in December, we have another case, Evansville, Indiana. Donita. She went missing this year as well. We have a lot of missing people right now.
Unfortunately, there's way too many out there. You know, with the trafficking and everything, it's crazy.
I never realized how bad trafficking was until I really got back into this full swing 5 years ago. The numbers are staggering.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize that Nebraska, you know, where I live, you know, I'm 80 miles from I-80. I-80 is a big corridor for that, you know.
And it's rings. There are actual rings. Actually, people sell their children. It's very common. A lot of people sell their children for drugs in the drug trade. It's horrific.
That hurts my heart. I mean, that actually hurts my heart. It hurts right now.
It's bigger than, you know, for a while it went around on Facebook, Save Our Children. It trended for a long time. They were taking down all of the sites that were actually hosting Save Our Children sites.
Yeah, I know. I can't fathom it. And without trying to get too political, it was the left that's doing it. And guess who a lot of this has been evidence to is the left. Like I said, I'm not going to get too far into that.
Well, I don't care who did it. They need to put it back up. This is very serious.
Absolutely.
Why would you take down sites for Save Our Children?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense unless you're trying to control a narrative, unless you're trying to protect people that are doing it, unless pressure's getting put on you.
I don't know, because I don't think child trafficking is a conspiracy theory at all. It's very real. There are traffic alleys, actual highways that's known. It's a known fact. There are actual highways where they do that, and it's out there. It's very prevalent. So I don't know why they took that stuff down. I think they thought it was like conspiracy things. I guess. I have no idea.
Well, I know, and the fact checkers would say, "Oh, this is partially not true." Okay, but like Ben Swan said the other day, they don't have to go through and prove what they're saying. You know, I mean, they can say something's not true all they want, and they don't have to prove it. There's a doctor in Germany that is actually taking them to court, class action lawsuit right now, for libel.
There's several.
Huge. Yeah.
There's several people that can't sue Facebook, but they can sue the fact checkers.
Exactly. And that's setting up a perfect scenario for that to happen here in the United States. Wait for it. It's going to get huge. It's going to get huge.
Well, I couldn't understand the child trafficking. It's very, very real. It's staggering. Our numbers in the US are so much higher than overseas.
Yeah.
The number of missing is actually pretty it's mind-boggling when you get to know just, and it can happen. It's like with Lauren's family. They I think the big question is you don't know it's going to happen to you.
Right.
And it does happen. It happens to your neighbor. And then what do? How do they keep it together? How do they keep it? They're going to explain that. It's amazing to see because we don't see that part on true crime stories. They want to know about, well, this or that. Our goal is not to do the police work. We're not going to accuse people. That's not what we're about. I don't really care who did it. That's why there's police.
Yeah, exactly. We just want that victim found.
Yeah, we want her family to be able to move on and keep their memories and have closure and heal.
Yeah.
And how do they do that? How do you heal? They're going to tell us.
Yep. And this is, I mentioned this before. This is one thing that Trump has been doing behind the scenes. He set it up 3 years ago, I believe, by signing an executive order to finance this to stop child trafficking. And he's not only doing it here in the United States, he's doing it all over the world. There's a lot of evidence of it out there, and it's huge. They say that's part of why lockdowns happen in certain places was to cover this up, because they didn't want it getting out that he was doing this, because then everybody would scatter, they wouldn't be able to find him. So it all makes logical sense.
You can hate him. A lot of people can't stand him. A lot of people love him. It's a love-hate thing, but you cannot deny I watch the politicians who are behind child trafficking. He has given more money to combat child trafficking than anybody.
Than any other president.
Yes. Yeah. I watch it.
Here's for you, Joni.
Helps find missing person cases. Oh, that's so cool. Well, we would love to have you. I mean, I always have more cases, Renee, than ever.
I think she's saying she's not on it, but she came across YouTube. It's a show on YouTube called Adventures with Purpose. So might be something to check out. Maybe you can get them on your show to interview and give them some publicity.
I would love to. Thank you.
Might check into
anything, please. We need help with this. Our goal is to get people out and to search a lot of awareness for families. We have local cases where it could be just stopping by and saying hi to somebody. How are you tonight? Drop off just to say hi to them. And maybe just a shoulder to talk, or somebody, they need support and they need prayers.
Yes.
They need it. And what's funny is I've done this for quite a while, and every family that I've worked with, their faith, and I don't know if Spirit sends these people to me. I'm sure Spirit sends them. Their faith is the strongest I've ever seen with people. Their faith, it's the only thing that gets them through. Is their faith.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Faith is huge. It really is.
Well, it checks me because, then I don't get up and I'm like, really? I'm going to bitch about traffic when they're missing a loved one? Lauren has a little baby girl. She's never going to know her mother. And I'm bitching about traffic. So it's like, stop.
Yeah.
We're ready, but thank you for the plug. I love it.
Right. And that's cool, Renee, because that's very important. A lot of local, law enforcement agencies, especially like around smaller towns, they don't have the equipment. They don't have the sonar. They don't have the boats. I actually, for our case, I actually went out and bought a really high-tech side scan sonar. So we could go around and recheck, some of these the ponds and lakes around here. I actually loaned it to, we had a missing young man here in Beatrice, and I loaned it to the people that were searching for him so they could search the river. Anytime anybody needs this around here, law enforcement, other people, hey, I got it. Let's get it out there and get it used.
Well, and you know what? We did have that one case down in Kentucky. I don't know if you know Michael Ring from Cincinnati, like ghost. He's a ghost hunter. Cincinnati. I can't remember the name of it. He goes live and they go and ghost hunt.
Okay.
He went on a case with us down into Kentucky and got the spirit box out. She actually came in and talked to us the entire day. We have it on his recording.
That gives you goosies. That's awesome.
It was beyond. So we were at a pond, and he walked by the pond and said her name. He said, "Brooklyn, is this where you're at?" She told him to jump in the water. She goes, "Go ahead." She laughed and said, "Jump in." So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he was great. But ghost hunters are like beams. They're like radar beams, aren't they? With those boxes.
Yeah.
The spirit box.
Yep, I've got one. I need to get it back out and try something since you mentioned that.
Well, we're doing your case too.
That's awesome. You don't know how much I appreciate that. You don't know how much that means.
You know what?
Here, make my eyes water.
You could go live like at the scene with the spirit box.
Yeah, that is a possibility if I can get permission to get back on there.
Just sneak.
With people living there, that's kind of hard to do. I trespassing charges. I mean, I'll take them. I will take them if we find something. I'll take the charges. I don't care.
They met us on their property. We just knocked on the door and said, this is really weird, but this is a spirit box. This is the psychic. Can we please look for somebody we think it's in your lake? And the guy was like, can I go?
My paranormal team was actually allowed to investigate the house on the farm where this supposedly all happened. And she had been showing me repeatedly in my dreams and visions a big white and blue freezer with this huge chrome handle, old, 40s, 50s, huge freezer. And we get in there, we got our equipment, out. We're in the living room. We're starting to get set up. I turned my voice recorder on, and all of a sudden I heard her say, "Go to the basement now." I'm like, guys, we got to go to the basement. Why? Because she just told me to. So we go down to the basement. And what's staring me in the face? That freezer. She said, "Find it. They missed it." So I got, a tactical flashlight, bright, bright, bright. And I searched and I searched and I searched. And finally, how the gaskets, they'll fold over themselves?
Mm-hmm.
I separated it all the way around. Within the last 2 inches, there was her hair.
Same. They
collected that evidence, but they won't DNA test it. Find it. I had a TV show coming. Probably shouldn't have said that. Anyway, they were going to pay to DNA test this. That kind of fell through. Long story there. Come to find out, I don't think the person would have been right for this case anyway. Ego. Anyway.
Where's the hair now? The law enforcement?
Yeah, it's in the Gage County Sheriff's Department has it. But, now I got to say this. I can't say 100% certainty it's hers. However, the energy I felt, the color matched. You and I know it is.
It's her.
Several other people had lived there since they did. The freezer was there the whole time, with all these people living there. Who knows? But the only way to find out is to DNA test this. And if I had the money, I would get it done. But
is it expensive?
I don't really know how much it costs. I need to find out.
I bet it's thousands.
Maybe I could go start a GoFundMe page or something.
Well, and you know what? There are let me check around because there are some organizations that they might do it for free
Okay, yeah,
for
please do.
missing persons.
Please do. That would be awesome. Lisa, we are talking about Joni's new show that she's doing called Dead Hit,
Dead
where
Hit
locate missing persons.
and cold case homicides.
Yes.
We have several. That's one thing we don't. We have a lot of cases. That's one thing that people are like, "Well, you're going to need cases." And I'm like, "Trust me, we have more cases than we know what to do with."
It's going to be difficult to keep up.
Yeah. Well, that was like when I did a show, and Greg said, "You're not going to have any." They wanted me to do a seminar on how do psychics become detectives, psychic detectives. Greg said, "Oh, don't even prepare. Nobody's going to show up. Don't even worry about it. Don't even prepare for it because it's so specialized. You're not going to have anybody there." So I'm like, "Oh, he's right." I mean, I jacked off. I didn't do it a whole lot at all. Guess what? You couldn't sit in the room. It was people were standing up, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Like,
We had psychics that wanted to do this. We had people with missing persons, and we had true crime people that were just interested. There's true crime is a phenomenon to young people.
Absolutely.
They love it.
Yep.
So,
and that hits on what me and Michelle do on our Thursday night shows is we bring up the lesser known serial killers and we bring awareness to them and their victims. I got to share this. The very first show we did, and I'm blanking out on the name, Jubert, I think, up in Omaha, off it. Anyway, since we did that, she shared it with the mayor, and now all of a sudden there is a fund to help the families of these victims.
unbelievable. That's
I can't say 100% positive that we got that ball rolling, but it sure as hell seems like it. So I mean that's just phenomenal. I put a link in the video to the storyline. So I'm getting goosebumps and it's going to get teary again.
so cool. Because victims and families, the expenses are phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, they miss work. They're out searching. They have posters. They have 9 times out of 10, they have to hire a private eye because now, even with police shortages, guess who gets cut?
Yeah.
The detectives. When you say defund the police, guess what? No, they don't. They defund the detectives that work on missing persons and murder cases.
Yep.
So it's terrible.
It is. Eclipse season.
Yes.
We have a lunar eclipse coming up on the 30th.
30th.
Full moon lunar eclipse.
Yes.
And there are some other aspects, astrological aspects, I'll let you go through on that, Joni. That this is going to be very, very intense. And then in December, we have a solar eclipse coming. 13th, maybe?
It's either the 13th or the 15th.
Okay, I think it's the 13th.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a very powerful time right now. One thing I've noticed, I even did a survey on Facebook when this happened to me. The last full solar eclipse 3 years ago, okay? My wife left me and moved out. Boom. That was it. Just boom. All hell broke loose, okay? So I did a survey because I heard of several other local couples. No warning, just boom, done. So I just heard 83 couples from my Facebook friends. No warning, just boom, done. Just like that.
Are you kidding?
No. It's like this is the universe saying, okay, it is time for you to move on and find out, find who you are really supposed to be with. This person isn't good for you. You two aren't working. You two aren't going anywhere, whether you realize it or not. Or I've got a higher purpose job for you. You don't need this distraction.
It's a full moon on steroids.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
Is it going to happen again?
If the solar eclipses are for separations, could lunar eclipses be for relationships to come?
The ending.
You know, for a new relationship or something, you know. I'm gonna really try to pay attention to this, because I'm going through something, and my life spirit's telling me something that may be happening very soon. I'm crossing my fingers I get some communication from somebody.
It would happen. It would probably happen if it's going to happen. This particular moon is love and money. So if you are expecting a communication with where Mercury is playing out during this time frame, and it's in Gemini, Mercury is the ruler. So communication, this is an exciting time to start a love relationship. If a love relationship starts during this cycle, it's very exciting. They can probably end.
Mercury's about introspection, you know, looking into yourself. So you can really look into that new relationship with open eyes and ears. And the communication, I bet, is going to be phenomenal.
Well, and then with the lunar eclipse too, you have to look at, this is when, without trying to get too technical, we've talked about the South and North node, where that is karma and destiny. That when you have a lunar like this with an eclipse, this is what it sits on. It sits on the nodes.
Yeah.
Which are the nodes, which are Gemini. Then we have Gemini as the lunar. Then the solar is going to be in Sag, which are, so we've got Gemini over here, which is communication. It's kind of the baby of Sag, which is the higher mind. But this particular one is got some aspects with Venus and Uranus. So it's going to be shocking love relationship. This is going to be love because it's Venus. So if you are waiting for communication from somebody and it's love related, it'll come during that time.
I think I agree with that. If it doesn't, maybe I'm still supposed to be looking at, you know, love for myself. You know, that's something I've been really working on, is noticing the difference of, you know, who I used to be as to who I am now. And I'm really kind of liking myself. I'm making better decisions. And it's not that I have to sit here and dwell on the decision. Yes, no, what do I do? It's like, okay, no, can't do that. You know, where before
this is
I would do the right thing because it would satisfy a need. Well, you know what? I'm more patient now. I'm more understanding. I don't need that. You know, take that elsewhere.
Yeah.
So either way,
this is an exciting. Well, this is the end of our cycle, and then, you know, it's the end of the cycle that started in May and June. What we did learn, but this particular cycle goes until 2021 with this group of eclipses. So absolutely, and there are two stars, fixed stars, that are, I'm telling you, the two fixed stars are the brightest hours. So it's 2020. It's a big one. It's a power-packed one. The two fixed stars. This is probably where people say, oh, here comes the Civil War, the revolution. This is it. I'm not buying it, but
I don't think it's going to.
We made it this far. We're going to make it.
Yeah, I think the fighting is arguing politically. I don't think it's going to be actual war, you know, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. I think it's going to be war, verbal, you know, just like what's been going on. It just may get a little worse. You know, the count is due in December. They're trying to get all of the lawsuits going. There is a lot of evidence out there, whether you want to believe it or not. Watch Ben Swan's videos. It's out there. Dominion literally changed Trump votes to Biden votes while adding Biden votes. And there was an algorithm written into that software. And they figured on a certain percentage of Trump votes over Biden. So that's what they wrote the algorithm with. The difference was so huge it broke the algorithm. That's why the counting had to stop so they could fix it. And then all of a sudden the next morning, guess what? Biden's ahead when he was so far behind. It's phenomenal. It's mind blowing, and they got the evidence. If they can get it into the courts, it's going to happen. And I'm not saying this just because I want Trump in office. Yeah, I do. It's because it needs to be legal.
Yeah.
It needs to be a fair vote of the people. No cheating. If Biden
right now,
okay, we'll deal with it. But
fine.
He didn't. Go ahead. Sorry.
To me, this isn't. It's not to save our system. I think now a window when we all want the same thing. It's non-political. Should be. Yeah. We work with the Supreme. Our stuff goes up through the court system. Our claims do up to the in Kentucky, and the one in Pennsylvania I've been watching is on a very track to the Supreme Court. So it's going to be interesting. This is when we put our faith of the justices.
Yes.
They take an oath to the Constitution, and we put all wisdom. Their wisdom is that's what we rest on. And I caution my friends on the Democrat side. I caution my friends on the Republican side. This is up in the air.
Yeah.
It is not etched in stone right now because we've got the super conjunction to go through. We have a lot going on. Sit back, let the courts do their thing. We talk, all of this Capricorn crap is leaving us in December. Thank God we're out of all the crap and into Aquarius, which is, it's new, it's innovative, it's Uranus, it's shocking, it's technology.
Yeah.
That's what we got to look forward to.
Okay. Hey, real quick.
Thank God.
I just got a message that both of our voices are breaking up. Renee, Lisa, Lola, how are we sounding to you guys? I know Joni's was breaking up a little bit to me. Her camera was freezing up a little bit. I think that's her internet connection. How am I coming through, and how are we coming through to you three? If you're still on. I might have got a little excited there.
I hear you fine.
Yeah, I can
now
hear you
you're
fine.
Frozen. You did freeze.
Oh, alrighty. It may be connection issue. Mercury,
it's raining here too.
Yeah, it's probably just the internet.
It's one thing about our lunar eclipse. I can hear you. You're not. Oh.
You're breaking up a little bit.
With full moon, we normally do intentions. No, not during an eclipse, because the universe will take and wants to do. Your intentions mean nothing really. So enjoy the eclipse. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy yourself, relax. There are unexpected love issues because of some no intentions during this full moon.
I am just going to let things flow.
This is when the universe. You have to with these. So that's our eclipse. We're almost there.
I was listening to a live feed. I can't remember her name. I mean, she gets intricately detailed in everything going up there. going on up there. There's some stuff happening, some squares and trines happening in Scorpio during this time.
Yeah.
That can shake things up a little bit. Scorpio.
Scorpio is in Venus. It just went in Venus too. There is so much Scorpio energy. We're going into sales season. We might just be in it now. But Scorpio, Venus just went into Scorpio. Scorpio is going and digging up everything. And I believe it was about third house communications. So get prepared for that between now and December 21st for things to just roll again. Like we've done here, you have to roll with everything.
Yep. Just like I said, waiting for some communication. Venus is in Scorpio. You can't make this stuff up.
No. And this is unexpected, with the aspects on this particular eclipse with Venus, it's love. I mean, it's love related, and Uranus would mean shocking. So it could mean shocking breakups, shocking getting. Who knows?
Either way, but be prepared. And this might not be. I'm getting a sub note here. This might not be with husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. This might be with family members. I know right now there are a lot of issues with if you can't come to Thanksgiving. Well, I'm coming anyway. Well, then I'm never talking to you again. Blah, 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 blah. Well, we got all the COVID shit, blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's a lot of bickering between families because of that in itself. Travel. So there could be a lot of shakeups and breakups in family, friends. It's probably not just all about, couples. So something to keep in mind as well.
Well, absolutely. And this is the year to roll with everything. Now we have the big COVID shutdown again. And look at the positive, and I know a lot of people aren't positive about the vaccine, but it is a positive coming for a lot of people. And new therapeutics. You can get a visit to a doctor in Houston that does nothing but treat COVID people and do televisits and get your medicine when you first start to get the symptoms. And if you get the medicine, you're okay. You're good to go.
Yeah. Look at Trump. He spent a few days in the hospital. They gave him everything they had and he was fine the whole time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're learning more about it. They know more about it. They know more now about how it works, how it affects the body. So they can treat that aspect. Tonic water, zinc, and something else is supposed to do wonders with this. If you just think you have something, hit the zinc supplements, drink your tonic water, take your vitamins. It's going to make a difference. And keep your immune system up. Keep your immune system strong. I've said this before, over and over. Get rid of the chemicals out of your diet. Aluminum in deodorant. Guess what? It crosses the cell-brain barrier. I can't think of my words. And it takes forever to get out of there. It affects your memory. It affects your immune system. Spinal cord health. Go to chiropractor. Get your spinal line. That is huge on your immune system. Your chakras. Keep your chakras straight. Keep them full. Keep them charged. That's huge on your immune system. And eat healthy. Get rid of the chemicals. Food. Now ain't the time. Now ain't the time. Healthy. Eat healthy. Live foods, fruits, vegetables. It's time to love yourself. Self-care, self-love.
Well, and two, fear is gigantic right now. Fear will lower your energy, your vibrational level.
Yeah, fear, depression, anxiety, that all.
It brings it. So turn the freaking television off.
Turn the radio off. When that news comes on, I change station. Ain't listening to it.
I just watch HGTV shows on home improvement shows because I'm not watching anything that emits anything negative.
Mm-mm. Nope. Nope.
I,
Nope.
I
I want
refuse.
positive.
The No, the anxiety and depression this year has been worse than I have
It's
ever
crazy out
seen
there.
it. With Texas, and with people wanting readings, and I mean, I'll just get Texas from out of nowhere. I'm like, everything's going on. It's been like this since January,
Yep.
and it's not. We have literally not stopped all year.
Nope. Nope.
There's
It.
something going on all year.
I still see it just all of a sudden going away though. I still see it. Spirit's still telling me just be patient. It's going to go away. Just like the swine flu went away. Just like this flu went away. Just like that flu. H1N1. They hit, and then guess what? They went away.
Well,
This is
they mutate. That's what viruses do. They mutate, and they usually mutate out.
Yeah.
That's what they've done for centuries.
Mm-hmm. This one's a little different. It's
why would
to affect humans, but that's another story. Oh, Renee.
Well, I've heard that.
Just say positive about it.
Serial killers they're man, they're creepy. They're so creepy.
Yes, we are.
I think they're psychic. What, serial killers or Scorpios?
Yes.
You're not a serial killer. Oh, okay. Well,
no, but
thanks for letting us know that.
Something I've been noticing a lot while me and Michelle are doing these shows on these different serial killers. What goes through their brain, what they're thinking, what they've claimed, especially a lot of the real big ones. They claim they don't remember doing things. They claim they were possessed by something. Their eyes would turn black. I went through all this with my possession. Some of the thoughts that went through this mind, I don't want to ever have to think of again. Somebody would say something to me and my mind would just think of literally ripping their head from their body and then playing catch with it. Those are the thoughts that I had going through my head, and it didn't bother me. Now it does. But if I wouldn't have got help, I don't know where I would have ended up. Maybe I'd be on that list. Who knows? But the more we do this show, the more I'm seeing I got pretty lucky, and a lot of people got pretty lucky. So it's kind of scary, but
yeah,
it's really something I've really been thinking a lot about, rolling it through, and that's why I'm going back and looking at how I used to be as in aspect to how I am now. Because you make little changes, you don't notice it. Just like when a relationship starts going bad, little changes, it gets a little worse, you don't notice it. It becomes the new normal. Well, every positive change, right, I became a new normal, and I didn't notice it. I didn't think I was, I knew I was different, but I wasn't really sure how. I have come so far. I'm amazed and I'm proud of myself. So there's that.
That's wonderful. Well, serial killers, I've said this forever, and I don't know when you study them, but they are psychic. They know when somebody is tapping in on them to find out clues.
They can feel it.
I felt it twice now with murderers. And I'm like, oh hell no! This isn't a serial killer, because the energy is so different as opposed to a rage killing or drug killing, or even an accidental killing. This is a complete energy that you don't even want to tap near. It's so frightening.
It's more calm.
Ugh.
It's a lot more calm. It's like, okay, yeah, guess what? I did that. I got my satisfaction out of that. Now who's next? Where am I going to get my next satisfaction from?
Well, and they almost know that you're watching them. They almost know that somebody's tapping into their energy. Mm-hmm. And somebody's tapping and spying and trying to get clues. They feel it. They know it. Yep. It is very Hollywood. It's very creepy. It's
I can actually feel when other people are trying to draw my energy, trying to drain it. I've been paying a lot more attention to this. Spirit gives me signs. All of a sudden, my car will start leaking transmission fluid. I'm like, oh, there's a leak. Okay, something's draining my energy. I'll look around, I'll see it, I'll block that person. And all of a sudden, my car quits leaking transmission fluid. It's, my kitchen sink had a leak. Oh, guess what? This person. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's fix that situation. Sink stopped leaking. Your house, your car, it can tell you, it can give you hints and signs as to what's going on with you personally, energetically. If the pilot light keeps going out on your hot water heater, well, that's what starts it. Why are you having such a hard time getting started? I went through that, and if you pay attention, it can really tell you a lot. I know it sounds crazy.
No,
it does, but
it's not crazy. Today I saw something silly, like when I see coins, I always think of that with my dad. And I will be able to spot a coin like 10 miles down the road. And it's like, Dad, what's up? And I'll stop. But these are things that you learn to start looking for. It's the small things. It's the little things.
Feathers.
The tiny things, right?
You should see all the feathers I have.
Oh, I love feathers.
It's amazing.
Feathers are the best.
And it's usually when I do something nice or help somebody, I'll go look in the alley, and I'll go back and look down. Feather.
The feathers are the best.
Yeah, go to the park.
Oh,
like, I don't have time to go to the park. Go to the park. Fine, go to the park. And the geese were just there, and they're not there all the time, but they were just there, and they were preening, and there's these just large, beautiful goose feathers. It's like, okay, thank you. Now I got to go. Okay, go.
It is the small things. It's the small things that we don't take time out in our day. I would do that a lot between now and December 21st. I think we're going to have a lot of energy things going on, especially you'll be able to start. And if you pay attention to this from now until December, I think 18th, you're going to start to feel lighter. The energy is lighter. It's not that heaviness of a Capricorn Earth energy.
Yeah.
Lighter. Now, the humanitarian, didn't pay that much to my neighbor, or happens to the collective as a whole now. That shift will start. It'll start now too. It's going to start. What's wrong with this eclipse? It's got people crazy.
It does. Best thing to do is
the energy is going to be wonderful.
What's that?
Do what now?
You broke up. I didn't hear you.
You're just laughing. You're just being goofy. I said, you're being goofy.
Oh, I was laughing at Lisa's comment. She said her remote start on her pickup is only working half the time now. November 27th.
That's about What's November 27th?
I don't know, but something's shifting, something's changing. Just pay attention to what's going on around you. Do things you like to do things for yourself. Keep the energy light. If you like to read, read. You like to go for a walk in the park, go for a walk in the park. Keep your energy up, keep your energy strong. That would be, today's 25th, so Thursday's 26th, so that would be Friday is the 27th, right before the weekend.
Yeah.
Right before the eclipse. So yeah, keep Friday, keep it happy, keep it nice, keep yourself upbeat, listen to your favorite music, watch positive TV shows if you want to watch something, go for a drive, keep your mind clear, free, and pay attention to your thoughts and your feels. Really pay attention. I think a lot of people are going to see a lot of issues that they've needed to deal with and accept about themselves that they haven't been, or even other people. There's going to be a lot of communication with, oh, there's that feeling. I like that. Thank you. A lot of communication with self, a lot of communication with others. It's time for some things to come out, get settled. Either way needs to be communicated with. So just pay attention. Thank you.
That was a message too, actually, that I read. That's cool. Thank you for that, because I read that message when I was looking up the eclipse and I was brushing up, and I read, be flexible, because you're going to be getting information that you did not expect or didn't think it was what it was, and it's going to hit. And I exactly read what you just repeated. See, so that's coming from spirit. So now it's like, okay, and be prepared for things that you thought were that were not. Be flexible, be ready to run. You know, I think that's the theme of 2020, flexibility. What the hell?
It really is.
I
think so. The whole theme about 2020 is for everybody to learn about themselves, so we can raise the vibration of this country, this world, and this universe. And there's enough people out there not doing it, you know, putting out negativity into the human collective. You know, there's got to be balance, but there's a lot of people who have been stuck at home doing their shadow work, looking at themselves inside out, learning who their partners actually are, you know, as opposed to the mask that they fell in love with. It's pretty amazing right now that we've gotten as far as we have with everything we've had to deal with. People have been very strong.
Yes.
Spirit sees that. Spirit wants to help people. But we need to listen to spirit, because if we don't listen, we don't get the messages. We don't get our downloads. We can't process those and raise our vibration if we don't listen. I know. I know.
I know. You know, and one thing too, I think that we have all learned this year is to do without. We have taken so much for granted that in March, what we have done without really are treats. And we've done without so much, and actually are happier with little.
Yeah. Like I said this a few shows ago, it's like we got catapulted back into the 70s. You know, you're eating dinner at the table with your family. You're going out and you're working in the garden together. Did you ever have a garden before? No. Guess what? You do this year, because you have time on your hands and you need something to do. Plus, you know, it helps with the food bill. People are short on grocery money with the jobs lost and everything. You know, there's more family communication, more time together. It's like we got catapulted backwards a couple decades, which is, I think, a place that we were never really supposed to leave. But yet through technology, inflation, you know, it used to be the man could have a full-time job and run the family with enough to put away for retirement. Now both parents have to work, just struggling to pay, you know, the necessities. Things have changed so much. We almost kind of need to unchange it and move it backwards a bit, which is where a certain somebody is trying to get things to go a little bit. He's trying to save the economy. He's trying to bring, you know, good jobs back. But there's a lot of people out there that don't want that.
Well, what we have to do is to really look at and really look at what has happened this year, especially on a personal note, on a collective note. And it's like, I have less, yet poor, I'm actually happier. You know, I don't know, my car's not running to a different place every night. You know what? Pick one activity master. Every night, you know, stop. Spirit's talking. The universe is speaking very loudly. Has been all year.
Yeah, we just got to listen. Just got to listen and understand it.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions? We got about 9 minutes left. Anybody got any questions for me, Joni? What's, and what's going on? What's happening out there?
Yeah, what's everybody doing for the holidays?
Yeah, I'm
More
going to my
questions.
daughter's. I'm going to my daughter's. Me and my son are heading over there. Yep. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun time. I get to work though. Guess what? She's got a faucet leaking. Go figure. So I get to fix her faucet. And that's awesome. So we're gonna figure out where her energy's leaking.
Aw.
Ricky.
God love her.
She's a good girl.
Well, we knew people would be busy. We would be busy tonight. We didn't know if a lot of people would join us because it is a night before. A lot of people are cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people are probably going to watch this later. So I'll share it out later and tomorrow. People are going to be sitting there bored.
Share it out.
Veterans on their phone going, oh, hey, what's this?
Yeah, they will. That'll be good.
Yeah.
But if nobody has any questions, well, we can do this. We'll do this, what, in 2 weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Another 2 weeks. I know, I'm going to throw this out real quick. I know
we'll be in December.
Yes. That'll be a perfect time to hit on the solar eclipses coming up. I know, Lisa, I know you're watching on YouTube. If you could subscribe and hit that like button, hit that little bell, that would be awesome and help me. I'm trying to get that the YouTube channel numbers up a little bit. So anybody that's a big YouTuber, I shared in fact, I think I can just share it right here. This is my Otter's Den YouTube channel.
Ooh, I'll subscribe.
Thank you. There we go. And that would be a big benefit to me. Eventually, I like to try to get this big enough to where I've got some income coming in off of it, because that would really help with our paranormal cases. It would help cover costs, travel costs and whatnot, equipment costs, supply costs, stones, cleansing agents, smudging stuff, stuff like that. So I know it's going to take a while, but everything's got to start somewhere, right?
Well, and I think it would be fun to do that case, and the paranormal community would like to watch that while we do clues, and then you could take the spirit box, even if you're sitting across the street, and see if we could pull her in.
That would be cool.
That would be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, she hasn't talked for a while. I with the weather and everything, I kind of had to stop looking around. All the information stopped. The show got kind of canceled. Everything just kind of came to a dead end, if you will. So I've got to try to figure out what to do next. I think when you guys take a look at this, that might give us a fresh perspective. One thing I want to do is try to come up with enough evidence for them to let me go in and talk to the guy in prison. He's in prison for something else. So we got that much. He is incarcerated, just not for this. But she needs to be found.
She needs to be found too. Yeah. Does she have children?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. She has to be found. We need to find her.
Yes. Thank you, Renee.
We need to find her. So we'll do her case after Donita.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
That'd be great.
Let me know, and I can try to get you everything I can.
I need a timestamp.
Okay. I did send something. I don't remember what I sent, but I'll go through and get everything reorganized.
Okay.
and get the timestamps, get birth dates.
Just a timestamp. The last time anybody spoke to her, saw her,
Got
communicated.
got
And
that.
the date.
Got that. Yep.
That's all I need. If it was a text message, if it was a phone call,
I got that.
that's perfect.
Yep.
And then, she can do the chart, the maps, and I know we've gotten clues on this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's close.
She talks to me through here.
She's close.
Yep. Thank you, Renee. All right. It is 7:56.
All right.
Any other questions? I know I've got a case I got to get on a video chat here. We got a client we need some help tonight. So I'm going to hop off of here. Thank you to everybody that watches this later.
Thank you.
Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Travel safe. Be safe. Thanks, Renee. Just like I said, keep self-care, self-love. Hey, Howie, how you doing, buddy?
Smiling. Keep smiling.
Yes, keep smiling. That's do little things. Pick up trash. Help the little old lady across the street. Put positivity out. Even little things add up. But really hit on the self-care, the self-love. If you're having issues, and talk to somebody, reach out. If that person doesn't have time, maybe they got their own issues they're trying to deal with, find somebody else. You're going to find somebody that you can trust to talk to and get things done. So on that note, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Joni.
Eat a lot tomorrow.
I'm gonna.
Yep. Fun. Bye.
All right. Like I can't even talk now. All right. Once again, thanks for watching. I hope we help some people out there. And if anybody has any questions or whatever, you can always message me. So thank you. Good night, and we'll see you later.